But let's bring up a couple of different things here for us so we have some additional information. Let's get some lap data going, and let's turn on this track map just to give us a little bit of extra help. Currently on board with Boss Cookie in the Renault, putting in his first flying lap. Coming around here into the final sector at the Vietnam Grand Prix. Unfortunately, we obviously didn't get to go racing there this year due to the circumstances happening in the world, but maybe soon, maybe soon. Very difficult track if you guys haven't had the opportunity to race at it quite yet. It can be kind of touch and go and very tricky. Let's get some car audio on there for you. Current lap to beat by Boss Cookie at 133.9. That is pretty respectable for around here. I'm sure we'll see those times ramp up. Very dark circuit today here in Hanoi. Lots of overcast. So hopefully we can avoid any rain in this qualifying section. Hopping on board with the Deluxe Ford here in Division 2. He has put in a purple sector there, purple sector 2. So you should see him move up the timesheets quite nicely. Boss Cookie underway with a very respectable time. Deluxe Score pulling up to P2 with a purple third sector as well. I'm assuming if he would have got that first sector together, he would have done just fine. And there it is, folks. That is going to be a problem that we're going to run into quite a bit with that pit exit. Pit exit here in Hanoi is pretty challenging. It does enter right into T2. Turn 2, so it's going to make it very tricky for a lot of our drivers tonight. Haven't really seen a lot of Division 2 lately, so I do apologize for that. I'm not familiar with who won our last race, but it does look like we have a very competitive field as normal here. Let me see if I can get some stats going here for you guys and be a little better use so we know what is happening in our championship. Pulling up our trusty PPResports.com website. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's definitely a place to stop. It gives you driver lineups for all of our divisions, as well as standings and constructorship standings for all of our divisions, every individual team, and it's just really useful in following along in what is happening currently. Does look like Indian Cyclone is in second in the championship, and we are currently on board with our championship leader, who is out here doing a flying lap now. So we'll just ride on board with him. Well, we'll ride around with him and see how he can do here at this new track for the 2020 season. Obviously, it's a challenge to get around here. It's very tight. Not really easy to keep it on the track because of how close the walls are. You think you can run wide in some places, but ultimately what happens is you just end up clipping the wall, or you end up taking a little too much curve, which unsettles the car too much. Down the long back straight here, though, with Fanta. See if he can do anything to answer Boss Cookie and Deluxe Cord's time, as Boss Cookie does rejoin the track. Very tricky section coming up here with the very tight right-hander in, and then it just opens up into some very fast S's all the way through and out. Another very tricky left-hander. Got to make sure you brake just enough not to run wide. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a bad few corners here. Locking up that front left. This turn is so hard because you want to put the power down, but you will clip that wall if you do too much. Fanta not really able to respond to anybody's time so far that has been out here. Hopefully we'll see him improve. On board with Night Shrimp. If you guys recall, Night Shrimp has joined us up here in the booth a couple of times, primarily to help me out when James, or as you know, Bestan has been out in Division 1. But we see him on track here today. Looks like it's lightening up around the Hunai circuit today. So the track temperatures will be rising. His tires will be obviously rubbering in the course regardless, and assisting with that. Looks like we do have a Mercedes trying to possibly get a tow. Indian Cyclone who is behind. He really is under the outlap. Hard braking down here into the hairpin. Want to try to clip that inside curve, couldn't quite do it this time, but it looks like he's on for a decent lap, got plenty of traction out of the exit. See the car almost get away from there. He puts down the power. Oh, and there we go. He has slipped quite a bit. That's going to take a lot of time off here for Night Shrimp. See what he can get done. See if he can improve into the wall. That is not going to do it for Night Shrimp, and he is going to be gutted with that. Indian Cyclone, again, second in our championship here in the Mercedes, getting ready to go around on his hot lap. About 7 minutes left to go in the session, folks. Diving deep down into turn 1. Around the first of the two really long, wide open corners. Carry a lot of speed through here. Not going to try to get any slipstream there off the Delirious. Just going to go straight to work. Gets a purple first sector into the roundabout here. Takes that line perfectly almost to get a great exit down onto the back straight. Trying to get every ounce of power out of this car. Let's see when he brakes. How late will he brake, folks? Right around the 50 board. Not much though. That's a great exit. Can he make it around this track faster than Boss 50 and the left board? He can. He's also got a purple second sector now. Going through these high-speed S's. This is where we saw Night Shrimp lose a little bit of the back end of the car. But Indian has it all under control here tonight, folks. Around the final corner. Crosses the line with a 134.1. Lost a lot of time in that third sector. Definitely had the ability in the first and second to outperform these two drivers, but just couldn't quite do it. On board with his teammate now, King Kirk, a very colorful helmet. Looks like he is on an in-lap. Got a couple cars on an outlap. Both Mercedes on the in-lap. A lot of people in the pits right now trying to change out their tires. Let's go ahead and go on board with Boss Cookie. Boss Cookie getting ready to come around through sector 3 for his flyer. He will be our first flyer here in the final minutes. Only about 4 minutes and 30 seconds left of this session. And here we go, folks. On with your pole sitter. Let's follow him around the track and see how he goes. On board, flying down towards turn 1. Hard braking just before the 100 board. Clips the inside curb. Winds up to stay close for the right-hander and then going around just perfectly. Taking all of the road that's possible there. Forcing the Ferrari to stay off the track. He's a little bit over the curb, but that's not a problem for him. Flying down the first of the many long straights here. Looks like he let up a little bit early here, obviously, to get these corners just right. Boss Cookie has backed off, not happy, I would suspect, after his first little hiccup there into turn 2. Good hop on here with Vexing Trackers in the pits. Alfeasance on a flyer. Let's see how the Alfa Romeo can do. Alfeasance definitely here for his second season. I do recall last year when I was commentating D2 occasionally with Nick, Alfeasance being on the track and doing a very respectable time already, getting a purple first sector. Thought he had backed off for a second, folks, but he has not even got that pedal pushed all the way down to the floor. See exactly what he can do here. Coming into the end of sector 2. Locking up the front, went way too deep there into the hairpin, but might have already made up enough time in sector 1 to still make it do just fine. Getting a purple second sector, even with the lockup, an amazing time so far. Alfeasance. Let's hope that he can put together a fantastic sector 3. Maybe mix up these top 3 a little bit. Come around the second to last turn here. Looking for the grip, trying to find the right gear. Running it all the way out to the wall. And that is pole position for Alfeasance with a 133.3. 6/10 up on Boss Cookie. Let's jump back to Boss Cookie here. He has invalidated his lap with 1:33 left to go. I don't think he's going to be able to have much to say at this point, unless he can get across the line and is fueled for another lap. We'll check back in with him here in a minute, though. Let's go ahead and go down to Logic in the Scuderia Ferrari here. See how he is getting along in sector 3. Yellow flag up ahead for a slow car on the side of the road. Looks like it's $10 whole. Indian Cyclone still not done and ready to say that's enough, guys. Push out here for another lap. 38 seconds to go left in the session. These laps will count. Boss Cookie has went into the pits. Will not see him put in another lap. Deluxe Score, though, and Indian Cyclone both on the track currently. Deluxe Score just a few seconds behind Indian Cyclone here. So we'll ride on board with him, or we'll follow him around the track. Logic has gone ahead and solidified his place. Absolutely flying down the back straight. DRS wide open. Brakes again just before the 50 board. Fantastic exit. Oh, too much power from Indian Cyclone there. It's not going to help him improve his time, I don't think. Let's see if he can possibly get a better sector 3 than a lot of these other drivers. It's been a very tough sector for most of them. Shadow Wolf popping into P2. Indian Cyclone in the pits. Is Deluxe Core going to throw in the towel as well, or is he going to be able to put in a faster time? He's going for it, folks. Let's see if he can make it across. King Kirk up to P3. What a fantastic qualifying. Deluxe Core then just taking it away from King Kirk and pushing him back to P4. What a great qualifying session for a lot of our drivers here. So the final runners are solidifying their times. Well, there you have it, folks. That is everybody that has completed qualifying at this point in time. We are out of time in quali. Alphysance will be your pole sitter. The Shadow Wolf is in P2, and finishing out your podium positions for qualifying is Deluxe Core. Fourth, we'll have King Kirk, Boss Cookie starting in fifth, Indian Cyclone in sixth. Perpetual Rain will be in P7, Delirious in P8, Virtual Spartan in P9, and Logic in P10. Choose your own adventure category is going to be $10 whole. Hazonic, Night Shrimp, Marlin, Money Hustard, Vexing Track, Fanta, your championship leader, and Hey Ace. Guys, just in case you don't know our weekly schedule, I'm going to go ahead and throw this up here for you real quick. This is our weekly schedule for any racing content here at PPR. On Mondays, we do have our Euro PC division and our PCD1. We obviously have our Xbox divisions all on Tuesday night, with the exception of D4. I believe this is a little different now. D4 is supposed to be on Friday unless we've made some recent changes. Wednesday, we have our PC Division 2 for F1. PS4 is on Thursdays, and then Friday we have a division as well. So plenty of racing throughout the week here to keep you all entertained. Let's load back up to the track here. As we wait for our drivers to select their race strategy. Strategy at this track is very key. I'm sure AWS will give us our pit strategy here in a moment, which I am so thankful for as a commentator. It's always extremely hard to follow along with each individual track and what that strategy may be. So it's always nice to have that in hand. As we wait for everybody to load in here, just keep in mind on the Constructors' Championship, we do have McLaren in the lead with 42 points, Mercedes in second with 35, and Alfa Romeo in third with 25. Obviously, we're not too many races into the season so far, so there will be quite a bit still to come up. on these gaps between all of these drivers. Alfeasance, though, doing everything he can to prep those tires. I guess the person who really should probably be prepping, though. Let's double check and see what everybody's on. Looks like everybody outside of the top 10 has started on the medium tire compound, so they will definitely be able to go a lot farther into the race. Be extremely beneficial here. Looks like that it is a two-stop strategy around lap 8, then again around lap 4-ish. Doesn't look like any DOS is being used today by Kinkirk to warm up those softs. Probably getting plenty of heat in them with that sulfur compound building quite a bit quicker in temperature than most of these other cars. I'm gonna say Deluxe Court is gonna be the one to watch out for here off the start. Alfeasance, though, is ready to get underway, and it looks like the Shadow Wolf is wondering where Deluxe Court is holding up the rest of the field. Kind of wanting to get the race going here. He is ready. Doesn't want to sit on the grid too long, obviously, and keep those tires as warm as possible. Deluxe Court kind of playing a few tricks here on some people by making everybody wait up before the start, trying to get those tires to cool down for Alfeasance and DeShadow. Hopefully he can get a better start, and that worked out for his advantage. But here we go, folks. Any moment now, we should have the start of the Vietnam Grand Prix. Not necessarily the first one, period, seeing that this is the esports version, and many drivers have obviously raced this track at this point, but this is the first one for PPR, so we are extremely happy for the new challenges to be added into F1 2020, and really excited to see what kind of battles this track can bring up, and hopefully we won't see too many issues with that pit entrance there. Alright guys, it looks like I have actually lost feed, I think. It says we're on lap 2. I apologize, folks. We are having some technical difficulties here. Give us a few moments here and we will be back with you.
Oh, you joined the
Yo,
party.
Nathan.
Oh, there you go.
Nathan. Nathan.
He's got to change something on his end.
Yo. That'll go, please.
Oh, he's typing. But he's saying no box audio.
Yeah. That'll. You need to leave right now.
No, he
Leave
left.
the game.
He left the party.
Leave the game, dude.
I know, hold on.
Moron.
No problem. Hold on.
Yo. Yo. Yo, yo, yo.
He doesn't know how to set the grid.
He's in a fucking call. I'm about to call him.
No, he said he's got no audio.
I know, I'm about to call him on Discord.
Okay. I think we should just host it.
Yo, can you hear me, Nathan? Can you hear me, Nathan?
If the kingdom is overthrown, meet
Hello?
me at the cornerstone. I know that I can't be without you.
We'll just host it. We'll just host it.
This
Yeah.
bond is solid gold. We're a diamond and an emerald. It took me forever to find you. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest days. The summer's calling.
Set it up, Kirk. I'll join you.
I don't want to fucking host it, dude.
You want to host? I'll host it. Fine.
I'll set it up real quick.
Okay. I'm behind you.
I can't invite you. This is, I think it's because Nathan's in the party and kicking him.
As we wait for the smoke to clear and we watch our dreams appear, I know that we can rise together. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way.
But we are getting that work through. So I do apologize, and thank you so much for your patience. It has been one heck of a night. But we will be right back with you with more fantastic racing.
All right, guys. Well, we are back at it and returning to the track now. Maybe. Looks like we may still be having some technical difficulties. Give me a few more moments here. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that inconvenience. Not sure exactly what happened there the second time, but we are back in the pit lanes, waiting for everyone to load in. Fingers crossed that it works this time. Waiting on everybody to load their car setups and for the grid to get back in formation. If you're not familiar, when you restart a lobby, it's kind of a pain to get everything reconfigured back to where it was. But it looks like our team, as always here at PPR, does a fantastic job at getting that taken care of. I apologize that it has happened. Quite a few technical difficulties with Division 2 tonight, but we will work through them. Lights on. And away we go. Alfeasance on pole position. DeShadow already trying to look up the inside. Boss Cookie falling back, as well as King Kirk. DeShadow getting eaten up by Boss Cookie and Deluxe Court though, as they go around turn 2 here. Lots of jostling already for position. Alfeasance with a fantastic start, already pulling out a second gap. Not even that far into the race. Let's go ahead and pull up that track pack for my assistance as well as yours. Other than that, it looks like Alfeasance is pulling out a considerable gap still. Lots of jostling back here for position. Let's fall back to the Ferrari of Logic racing right next alongside Virtual Spartan. Virtual Spartan edging ahead just ever so lightly. Who is going to be able to break it deeper into the hairpin? Critical braking point at this time. Looks like Virtual Spartan did a fantastic job to hold him off. Seems to continue battering here, riding on board with 10 whole dollars. Logic going off and almost hitting the Alfa Romero. Predicted pit stop strategies, guys, around lap 10 and 19. Medium soft sauce for our drivers on the medium. Field already showing some respect for each other as far as space goes. Giving out plenty of space here. Let's go ahead and go back here with Hay. It's currently our closest gap on the track. Trying to get up here with Mad Marlin. It's very close there, but does a nice respectable job at not running into the back of him. Alfeasance is being hunted by a Cookie, and it's not working out so far too well for that Cookie, as he's already pulled out a second, which means by the time DRS is available, there will be little to no hope for Cookie as far as getting DRS at this point in time. Looks like King Kurt is setting himself up for a move here on Virtual Spartan down the long back straight. Spartan possibly about to get a taste of his own medicine after getting past a car earlier here in this section. Logic. Kirk unfortunately has lost a couple of positions from the start, but has done well to hold it inside of the top 10. Looks like Logic is getting ready to make a move on Night Shrimp. Very difficult section to get that done here. And Logic is in the pits, possibly had some damage from his earlier collision. Looks like Fanta is also in the pits. Boss Cookie getting awfully close up here to the back of Alfeasance. A little bit of a lockup from Alfeasance and Boss Cookie. Taking a very aggressive line there on that corner. Taking the inside, trying to make Alfeasance struggle on his exit for the long straight. This could be Boss Cookie's opportunity as we see the gap slightly increase and then back down again thanks to Slipstream, and DRS is available, so the mailbox is wide open here for Boss Cookie as he gets past Alfeasance. It's going to be down to late braking. Alfeasance can't do much at this point in time, but folks, I believe that this battle is going to go on for another lap or so, as long as Alfeasance can stay close enough and inside that DRS range. With such a long back straight here, honestly, it's very easy to make up time on a car in front if you're within a second. Both these drivers on the software compound, so they will be pitting probably around lap 8 or so, unless they decide to try to push it long term. Looks like Deluxe Cord is trying to get in on the action. Top 3 have definitely got a good gap back to Shadow Wolf. Opening up turn 2 nice and wide, able to get the power down a little early for turn 3. Turn 4, an easy swipe back. Looks like on board with Deluxe Cord, he doesn't have very much ERS left at this point, trying to catch up and keep up with these guys. Oh, as Deluxe Cord cuts the chicane and gets a 3-second time penalty. If you're receiving a penalty for it, folks, and you don't already know, that means that you've probably done this for about 3 times now. Alfeasance trying to attack on Boss Cookie, Boss Cookie trying to defend, and Deluxe Cord trying to attack on Alfeasance. It is a train of battle here for first place. Oh, Alfeasance almost running into the back, giving Deluxe Cord a huge opportunity. A little bump from him as he tries to go down the inside and has to back off. Not quite enough power to keep up with the Alpha. It's made Alfeasance lose quite a bit of momentum there. Giving Deluxe Cord a little bit of breathing, or Boss Cookie a little bit of breathing space. Deluxe Cord, though, not backing off of Alfeasance and wants to get after it. As you can see on that exit there of the final turn, you guys just, if you're really pushing it, you're coming so close to that wall, and it's kind of a reminiscence back to Canada and the Wall of Champions. It's going to be something that's extremely difficult for our drivers, obviously, because they want to push, and I mean, it's just in their nature. But if you run a little too wide, you're going to clip that wall, and that's going to be the end of your race. Obviously, none of them want that. So it's definitely something that we'll see a lot of people take it with care. You can knock your front wing with it. You can, you know, obviously break your front suspension if you hit it too hard. But it's definitely going to be something to watch out for a lot of our drivers. Deluxe Cord in the window of opportunity here. Let's see if he activates overtake with his DRS. Drag reduction system wide open. He's leaving his overtake off, trying to probably rebuild that battery a little bit to be able to go for a stronger attack on Alfeasance, but definitely made up some ground there. Looks like Virtual Spartan is in a little tussle here with the Shadow Wolf coming up into the S's section in Sector 3 here. Virtual Spartan kind of backing off, but Shadow Wolf got a much worse exit and has lost the position to Virtual Spartan. What a beautiful pass from Spartan. Hopefully we can see him now get after Delirious and get out of the Haas's wake and stop being under pressure from him. Two Mercedes behind, working on catching up here, respectively a second and a half between each of the following cars in 7th and 8th to the 6th place driver, but doesn't mean that there's not a window of opportunity. Looks like Deluxe Cord is getting pretty close again to the back of Alfeasance. Alfeasance is now over a second to Boss Cookie. Boss Cookie getting a nice breather and break from being under pressure from Alfeasance. Deluxe Cord much closer this time down the back straight. Let's see what he can get done. Turning on overtake, going for a very aggressive strategy this time, only for a few seconds though. See what DRS does for him. Down to 2/10, down the inside, makes it look easy, takes a walk past Alfeasance, does Boss. Looks like Deluxe Cord ran a little deep. Alfeasance back down the inside, kicking the tail end out. Deluxe Cord has to settle back into place. Very hard section to overtake here in Sector 3. With how fast these corners are, it's almost like the ending of Baku with how tight the walls are. With the S's there. Before the nice long straight there. But Deluxe Cord now a second back. Alfeasance getting a little bit of breathing room. Making it easy. Nightstrip working on earning himself $10 whole. Unfortunately, he's not earning himself 10th place. He's earning himself 9th. So I guess he loses $1, but maybe he'll earn a couple extra points in that Constructors Championship and in the Drivers Championship, of course, by getting 9th place. So let's see if he can work his way up here to $10 whole. He's being chased down himself by Hey Ace, who's catching up quite quickly with those medium compound tires. Night Shrimp back on $10 whole. Don't think we're going to see, might see a move actually on this straight. Looking down the inside, brakes nice and late, takes the apex. And $10 whole pushes him to the outside. He owned that racing line. Looks like Hey Ace is down the inside though of him. Oh, and Night Shrimp into the wall. Lost some front end plate there. Money Hustard very thankful for that though. Oh, he's losing more than just the end plate. It is the entire right side of the wing there. He's gonna have to pit for that. $10 whole though, not letting Hey Ace take it away from him easily, as we see Money Hustler get past him as well. Hey Ace staying real close to Money Hustler through this S section, is going to try to line him up. Deluxe Cord into the pits. That is the first of our leaders into the pits to get off of those older set of tires. Going for the overcut here, or the undercut here. See if he can make anybody else jump. Money Hustler made a nice gap back to Hey Ace. The $10 whole now under trouble. Consistency is key, folks. It doesn't look like that Money Hustard is able to be consistent enough to stay back on the back of 10 whole dollars. It now has Hey Ace again for company. See how this plays out down the long back straight here. Riding on board with 10 whole dollars, looking back at Money Hustard and Hey Ace. Hey Ace has lost quite a bit of time, not sure what happened to him. Money Hustler, though, coming down to the hairpin, flying right on the back of 10 whole dollars. Can't quite get it done. And is going to have to concede for the next few corners. Looks like Virtual Spartan, though, now has company of Delirious. Definitely talked quite a bit about Virtual Spartan at this point. Making some great moves up the field, as Force India has done this year in 2020. Delirious is around. Not sure what has happened. This is not a place that you want to be stopped, though. No cars coming. So you're going to be able to get back going. DRS once again wide open. 10 whole dollars making a place up on him. Money Hustard, is he going to get it done? Looks like Money Hustard might have given him a tap on the back. Nothing quite too serious, though. Might have just got away with that. Mad Marlin working back here on the sister Red Bull of Vexing track. Trying to gain up a little bit of ground. Delirious trying to recover after that. Money Hustler did get by him. Let's see what he can do. Delirious is definitely gaining. DRS wide open now, down towards the hairpin. Delirious on the outside makes it look easy getting by. Can he get the traction out of the corner? No. He's actually holding up Money Hustard. Looking for a possibility to get around going into the S, is not quite able to get it done, but Delirious did lock up. Softer compound tires might be given away at this point for him. Meanwhile, looks like we do have another fantastic battle happening back here with Hey Ace again at it with Logic. Going through this section is really more of just a parade ceremony until we get back out onto that main straight. And then it all obviously begins again. But so do the passing opportunities. Two drivers here on hard compounds, probably going to try to make it to the end. It's a really tall ask to get 18 laps out of those tires at this point. Medium pit window is open, though, as we can see. Thank you, AWS, for providing that. Hey Ace getting past Logic, though. Let's see if Night Shrimp is able to do the same and carry on with his race. Back up to the front, though, now. Boss Cookie and Alfie's is still out here on the soft compound tires. Neither one has hopped into the pits quite yet, to my knowledge. Finding plenty of life. Let's take a look, guys, at the details and just see. And just as I suspected, the only one inside the top 10 that has pitted at this point is Deluxe Cord. And as I say that, Boss Cookie dives into the pits. Let's go ahead and stay on board with him, folks. See what kind of time he can put in, and then also double check his what tire strategy he's going with. Medium tire strategy window is still open. Looks like he most definitely went onto some mediums. Idiot Cyclone now going out for the breaker. See if he can get ahead of Boss Cookie. Shouldn't be a problem at all there for Indian Cyclone. $10 whole working his way up the field, though, now into fourth. Granted, we are going through the pit stop shuffle, as I like to call it. Very similar to the Cupid shuffle, but actually less dancing. $10 whole now having to defend from Deluxe Court. Deluxe Court is in provisional third place after all the pit stops go through. This will get him up to fourth, getting past $10 whole dollars. $10 whole dollars quickly knowing that that is not who he is fighting. And hopefully trying to get that DRS just to get the extra carry down the back straight. On board with Deluxe Court though. DRS wide open for $10 whole dollars. Round the outside. Can he get it done? Deluxe Court happened to concede and let him back by. They'll have to wait until next time. So not careful, Virtual Spartan will end up being on the back of this pack. It does look like though that Delirious again is harassing Money Hustard and trying to see what can be done here. Go ahead and go on board with Virtual Spartan. Watching the battle take place up ahead between Deluxe Court and $10 whole dollars. $10 whole dollars going for the undercut there on the corner. Makes him go a little wide in the turn, but then Deluxe Court now has the outside and $10 whole dollars has the inside. It's just a big switch back and forth. Virtual Spartan says, thank you very much. I am here for this all day. Turns on overtake, opens up the RS. He's going down the inside here of $10 whole dollars. Not quite. Folks, for a second there, my heart was in the back of my throat. I thought that we were going to see $10 whole dollars try to go down the inside there of Deluxe Court. Looks like though that $10 whole dollars has other things to worry about right now, as Virtual Spartan is now getting by him. It's more like a leisurely stroll by $10 whole dollars. Not really much that he could do at that point in time, but great pass by Virtual Spartan. Shadow Wolf has fallen back quite significantly. He is now in P11, fighting Delirious for P10. $10 whole dollars is just falling away at this point in time. Let's go ahead and see what Virtual Spartan can do though to Deluxe Court, who is now back in third, Boss Cookie back in first, Alfeason's back in second. Here on lap 13, folks. Top 5 includes Virtual Spartan and $10 whole dollars. The Mercedes team doing a great job at pushing up through the field, still within the top 10. Money Hustard has definitely made his way through the field, starting at the back of the grid to make it up to P6 currently. Let's go take a quick look here. Money Hustard currently up 8 positions, which is a fantastic result for him so far. Hopefully he can hold on to that for the next several laps. Looks like our only 2 drivers, though, not to stop yet, is $10 whole dollars and Money Hustard. Both drivers on the medium compound tire, possibly trying to stretch them out long enough to push and get the softs going. Virtual Spartan, though, going down the inside of Deluxe Court and making it happen. Deluxe Court trying to fight back here. A little bit of contact. Nothing too serious though. Both drivers able to drive away just fine from a little side pod touch there. Just saying, hey Spartan, I'm here and I know you took my spot and yeah, I want that back. Alfeason's still up at front trying to catch up to the race leader of Boss Cookie. Let's go on board with your championship leader back here at the back of the pack, trying to catch up to Tazonic down this long back straight with his zebra print helmet in this beautiful McLaren. Breaking just about the 100 board, making it down the inside Next target is Night Shrimp, just ahead. So Fanta definitely on a recovery race at this point. Not really much that he can do. Looks like due to the Lux Cords and Virtual Spartans tussling and battling, there has been some space. Alonso said leave it a space, and Virtual Spartan, I don't think he was talking about that much space, or Deluxe Cord. I think he was talking about quite a bit less. Let's try to bring that down to about 1 or 2 seconds as we see Virtual Spartan get a little sideways there, and Deluxe Cord get back by. Due to battling, it can always slow you up in your race pace because you're trying to take different lines in order to get around drivers on the track. It's always not as needed. Southeast caught up to Fox Cookie. See if Alpeasant can get through Boss Cookie. On board with Boss Cookie, Alpeasant has a fantastic run. Boss Cookie trying to defend, just putting his car in the middle of the track and taking the racing line. Alpeasant's not having any of it though. Going down the outside and around the outside into the final, into the hairpin here. Both cars running wide just from the pressure of driving so close to each other. Folks, I think it's safe to say that we do have a battle going on here, as well as Deluxe Cord pushing Virtual Spartan almost completely off the track. Virtual Spartan getting a little bit of snap oversteer there. Got two great battles here for both first and third at this point in time. Alpeasant's trying to make a way around in some sections that, quite honestly, I just haven't seen any passing yet. See how it goes down here onto the first straight. DRS wide open for Alpeasant. Not much in the way of ERS, but I'm sure he'll make it work and make do with it. Here comes the first opportunity again to really get onto it. Alpeasant's trying to go down the outside. Is he going to be able to get it done? Absolutely, and with authority, well before the braking zone. This now gives Boss Cookie the ability to try to go down the back straight with full DRS. Oh, and Alpeasant's into the wall! Alpeasant's into the wall, lost part of his wing. Same thing that happened to Night Shrimp earlier in the race with the 10-second gap. Is he going to be able to get back around before he gets passed by Deluxe Cord? Oh, and it looks like a Ferrari has retired from the race. Many drivers diving into the pits here. Safety car is what I am seeing on the track indicators. Nothing coming up for me on my end, but I am seeing safety car flashing. It looks like the Ferrari ended up crashing out right where I said, guys. That wall of champions around the final, the last turn is just too much for some of these drivers. Boss Cookie into the pits. Alpeasant's into the pits. What will Deluxe Cord do? His opportunity is here and into the pits. Virtual Spartan into the pits. Money Hustard into the pits. Indian Cyclone has decided to stay out to take the lead of the race. King Kirk into the pits. Delirious into the pits. The Shadow in. $10 whole has decided to spend his $10 whole at the casino and stay out. Vexing Track into the pits. Hey Ace into the pits. Mad Marlin. Fanta already actually pitted, so he is ahead of this group. So did Tazonic and Night Shrimp. So it looks like your race leader is still going to end up being Boss Cookie. Indian Cyclone put himself into play here by staying out. Alphysance now into third. Deluxe Cord fourth. Virtual Spartan fifth. Money Hustard up into sixth with now having pit and $10 whole in the top 10 with having to pit. King Kirk in 8th. Delirious in P9 and the Shadow in P10. The remainder of the grid, Hey Ace in 11th, Vexing Track 12th, Mad Marlin in 13th, Tazonic in 14th, Fanta, your championship leader, in 15th, and Night Shrimp, actually now Night Shrimp in 15th and Fanta in 16th. Looks like Fanta decided to pit again and has went onto the soft compound tires with 11 laps to go. So, folks, just to let you know what his thinking is, as he runs wide there on the exit, his thought process is here, the laps behind the safety car actually won't do as much damage or wear as you would normally see as normal racing circumstances. Being behind another car under high downforce situations will actually wear off your tires much, much quicker. Thankfully, what we're seeing here is under safety car circumstances, it will actually enable those tires to last much longer. Let's go ahead and actually take a look here just to see what our drivers decided. Looks like Boss Cookie, Alphysance, Deluxe Cord. Looks like Indian Cyclone ended up pitting. Not sure what that was about. To get some fresh softs. So it looks like our top three have decided to go with the softs. Virtual Spartan being the oddball out here, doing a medium compound. Money Hustard through 10th place, so that's $10 whole. King Kirk, Delirious, DeShadow, Hey Ace, and they all decided to go with softs. Vexing Track and Mad Marlin on mediums, and then the remainder of our drivers, 13th through 16th, Indian Cyclone, Tizonic, Night Shrimp, and Fanta, all also on softs. Now, the advantage that we are going to see here is some of these drivers have 1 lap old tires, some of these drivers have no laps so far on their tires. So, the advantage could come into that 1 lap age. These tires should be able to last at least 10 laps. I don't see how they couldn't. Still under the safety car, folks, waiting for those last 3, Tazonic, Night Shrimp, and Fanta, to catch up to the back of the pack, which is a lot harder to do than you think. I'm sure that Alphysance is extremely happy. Money Hustard getting a penalty for causing a severe collision. Is there damage to his car? Looks like that there is damage to $10 whole car though. $10 whole is probably gonna have to pit at this point. Not sure what happened. Maybe he just didn't brake in time and ended up rear-ending Money Hustard. I'm sure he's gonna pull off. Yeah, he has to. So does Money Hustard. Money Hustard has decided to try and serve at least part of that time penalty under the safety car. Strap in, folks. It is going to be a minute or two here before we actually get our drivers in and underway again. Now, Money Hustard and 10 whole dollars have to catch up to the back of the pack before we go green this next lap. Looks like our safety car is going to be in this lap. Let's go ahead and ride on board with Virtual Spartan for this restart. This will give us a fantastic view of what is to come. Guys, the war started a long time ago, but the battles are far from over with this track, and I just realized how insensitive it was seeing that we're in Vietnam. But back to the battles here on track in Vietnam. The beautiful new Hunai circuit with tons of challenging aspects of it. No DRS for the first 3 laps, so we'll see how quickly these drivers can reacclimate and get their tires warmed up. Looks like Virtual Spartan is still on that medium compound. Very interesting. It's going to take him a little bit longer to warm it up. Maybe we'll see King Kirk put some pressure on and push himself to get that top 3 today and be up there on the podium. Little soft spot in my heart for King Kirk, guys. He is the one that did introduce me to this amazing league known as PPR. I couldn't be more thankful. Chasing down Alfeasance is Deluxe Cord. He's got a great view, though, of Alfeasance trying to go around Boss Cookie. Boss Cookie squeezing Alfeasance to the wall. Little contact there, it looks like Alfeasance had. Alfeasance doing everything he can. These drivers so equally matched. Trying to do everything they can to get around each other. It's amazing to watch the car dance through the S's here. A little bit of a lockup there from Boss Cookie as we switch back to broadcast cameras. Not that big of a deal for him though. Looks like Indian Cyclone has went into the pits again. Doesn't look like there's any damage to his car. But there is definitely damage, more damage to 10 whole dollars. Now lost an end plate. These 3 drivers are very tight through this section. $10 whole with a damaged car, still trying to make a move on Money Hustard. Can't quite get it done. But let's go where moves are definitely going to happen, and that's up here with Alfeasance, Deluxe Cord, and Boss Cookie. Somebody is going to open up that rear DRS, and that is going to be the end of their day. Not quite. Nobody under attack at this time. King Kirk trying to make the best of his situation with the pressure under him from Delirious behind. Looks like Money Hustard wants a piece of Tazonic. It looks like Tazonic is actually disconnected from the session. Money Hustard said, "Thank you. I'll take that free position." Let's hope the Tazonic can hopefully get back into this race. As Boss Cookie comes in with another fastest lap. Now Money Hustard has the task of chasing down our championship leader. Let's go back on board with King Kirk. He is trying to chase down Virtual Spartan here. Delirious definitely keeping King Kirk honest though, and not giving him any room for error as he is trying to attack the Pink Panther in front. Alfeasant's back down here for another attack on Boss Cookie. Is he going to be able to get it done? Boss Cookie makes him go around the outside. Can't quite get it done, but does put Alfeasant in jeopardy. Boss Cookie receiving a 3-second time penalty. And another safety car has came out. I'm not quite sure what for. We'll stay on board here with Boss Cookie. See if we can make it around in time to see what happened here. Very peculiar. No additional cars out, no cars out on track. Not exactly sure what is going on here, but these soft runners are definitely in a good position now for the remainder of the race. So we'll have to see, folks, what ends up happening. As we go around a few more times behind that safety car. I'm sure Boss Cookie is thankful for the break and the ability to recover some of that lost energy. Alfeasant's getting a little greedy really early on. And around we go again for another lap behind the safety car. Your top 10, Boss Cookie, Alfeasance, Deluxe Board, Virtual Spark, King Kirk, Delirious, to Shadow. Fanta up into 8th. He's been at the back of the field all day. Glad to see him in the top 10 with Money Hustard and Hey Ace. Outside the top 10, we have Idiot Cyclone Tazonic, who is disconnected Mad Marlin, $10 whole, and Night Shirt. Our retirements, we have logic in the Scuderia Ferrari. Lots of bobbing and weaving from our drivers trying to keep those tires warm and clean. Don't want to pick up too much of the former marbles on our course. Safety car in this lap. This time we'll go on board with Deluxe Cord to see how this battle turns out between Alfeasance and Boss Cookie, as well as Deluxe Cord. Obviously, he has to throw his name in the hat at some point. Alfeasance and Boss Cookie basically have ran every single lap of this race. Deluxe Cord says, I want to at least lead one lap before this thing's over. Well, folks, here it is. 4 laps to go. And the top 3, obviously very closely matched. Coming around the last corner, Boss Cookie has already kind of gotten away, but Deluxe Cord has not let Alfeasance. Boss Cookie clipped the wall and has lost an end plate. It's too late. Oh, he has lost more than an end plate. Him and Virtual Spartan now tussling for 3rd position. Virtual Spartan barely staying on track. Deluxe Cord took a 5-second time penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. Folks, it is not over yet. Deluxe Cord still... Oh! Boss Cookie down the inside of Virtual Spartan. No wing and is really struggling. Kind of forced Virtual Spartan into that 30-second time penalty. Coming down the back straight though, is Virtual Spartan going to have an answer? I don't think so, but King Kurt is still looking for that podium finish and is chasing him down. No DRS quite yet, folks, but it will be here before the end of this race. Lots of damage under braking. Looks like that a couple of cars lost end plates back there. Boss Cookie doing everything he can with his damaged banana boat to hold on to a podium finishing position. Vexing track with a 5-second time penalty and has fallen well back. Boss Cookie just doesn't have the downforce at this point, and Virtual Spartan around and into the void. Chaos! Collision with Fanta to shadow off. So many drivers off here at this point. $10 whole just dove straight into the pits. That is it for Virtual Spartan and his hopes to a podium finish, but they are not over for King Kurt, as he is now on Boss Cookie. Keep in mind, Boss Cookie is missing a front end plate. King Kurt has a fully functional car and is ready to come down and munch on some cookies and take them out of the cookie jar. As we head down the back straight, it's all going to depend on this exit here, folks, and Kirk looks like he has a beautiful one. Delirious right behind him. Boss Cookie has probably never felt so much pressure. I'm sure his palms are sweating at this point in time. Is he going to be able to hold off King Kirk, though? At least for another corner, it looks like Boss Cookie is going to be able to do so. Locking up that front right tire there, Boss Cookie. From that lack of downforce. Money Hustard making his way up too. Squeezing his way past Delirious in a very tight section. DRS is now enabled. Fanta has retired. That is your championship leader who has retired and now left the session as well. The Shadow has retired from the session. We are only down to about 12 cars now, folks. With 2 laps to go. Has Boss Cookie seen the writing on the wall? King Kirk under pressure from Money Hustard though. Right beside him. Who will be the last of the great breakers here? Looks like Money Hustler is going to squeeze his way through. Boss Cookie trying to let Money Hustler by though. A little bit of team orders there. King Kirk has to be furious at this point. Everything in the Mercedes also being pulled out at this point in time. Some wild defending going on here. Boss Cookie trying to get passed by. It's not quite working out. Running wide. Can King Kirk get it done here? No! Boss Cookie forcing King Kirk into the wall. His hopes yet again stripped away from him. Oh, that has to be gutting for him. And now under pressure from Nightstrom to add insult to injury, the Ferrari doing everything he can to get by as well as Money Hustard. Folks, I just hate to see it. I truly do. Let's go ahead and get back up here with the action though. King Kirk may be having a horrible result at this point and another heartbreaking finish, but Indian Cyclone is still up here working and trying to restore his teammates' reputation and get past Delirious and Boss Cookie. Somebody is betting determined to get those last few points from the Renault driver. Who's it going to be, guys? This is the last lap. Indian Cyclone looking to at least get by Delirious here for those crucial championship points as he is second. Nevertheless, his championship rival Fanta is not in a position to challenge, obviously seeing that he did retire from the race. Delirious though gaining on Boss Cookie. Indian Cyclone tried to take a look down the inside, couldn't quite happen. King Kirk back to 10th at this point. Making his way back to 9th at least though, getting past. Looks like Indian Cyclone though is under pressure from Hey Ace in the AlphaTauri. Oh, I apologize, that was Mad Marlin that got by. Alfeasance though taking the checkered flag. Deluxe Cord bringing him second after a great battle. Boss Cookie holding up the rest of the pack. Oh, and Indian Cyclone around and into the wall. This is nightmares for Mercedes as they take out also another Ferrari. Front wing lost. Drag race between him and King Kirk to the line. Folks, I'm sure that the stewards are going to have a lot to say about this race in the final stages for sure. Let's go ahead and run through your finishing order though as we wait now for the finishing order. Money Hustard, driver of the day. There is Alfeasance on podium. Congratulations to him. Delirious did end up taking third from Boss Cookie and, of course, Deluxe Cord in second. This will definitely shake up the championship standings quite a bit, as most of our higher up finishers and current leaders in the championship did not finish very well. Speaking of finishing though, let's go ahead and run through your final finishing order here. We have Alfeasance in first, Deluxe Cord second, Delirious third, Mad Marlin in fourth, Boss Cookie ended up actually in fifth, Money Hustard in sixth, Hey Ace in seventh, King Kirk eighth, Nightstrom ninth, Taz Onic in 10th. Outside the top 10 were 10 whole dollars. Indian Cyclone, The Shadow, Virtual Spartan. Your non-finishers, we have Fanta, Vexing Track, and Logic. I actually want to correct myself. I believe that Virtual Spartan did not finish either or The Shadow. But very unfortunate ending to another fantastic race here at PPR. I want to thank all of you for joining in and dealing with our few technical difficulties tonight. And of course, thank all of our administrators, coordinators, and our entire commentary team. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you so much for stopping by at PPR.